Welcome back. Today on Media Addicts, Dylan and Tom review all the new characters and fight modes in the latest release of Persona 4 Arena Ultimax.
Hi, I'm Tom Casterline.
And I'm Dylan Lowery.
And welcome to Media Addicts Game Reviews.
Today on Media Addicts, we're reviewing Persona 4 Arena Ultimax.
Persona 4 Arena Ultimax was released September 30th, 2014, and it's a sequel to Persona 4 Arena, which is a spin-off of the popular Persona series, which pins the Persona 4 cast against the Persona 3 cast and against each other. And Persona 4 Arena was fairly well received, and I'm a big fan of the Persona series myself, and after I heard that this game was going to come out after playing Arena, I was extremely excited, and really it didn't disappoint me at all.
Like you said, I played Arena and Ultimax, and they're both very good games, and once I heard about Arena Ultimax coming out, I was excited because I played Arena and I liked it.
The Persona series is very heavily story-based, so obviously since it's related to the series, there'll be a big story mode. And explaining the entire story would be really difficult since there's a lot to know beforehand, so really all you need to know for the plot of this game is that it takes place right after Arena, and at midnight of the night after the Arena takes place, a fog comes over the town, and a guy named Sho Minazuki comes out and says he's basically the one who caused what happened before, and really it's just getting to him and beating him, and that's really all that can be said without major spoilers or making the video 25 minutes long.
Right, and I like the story because I think it's just fun.
The story, it definitely isn't like too serious, but it's still very interesting, and even though it's pretty big, it's still alright.
I like the graphics in the game. I think they're really, really well done.
Yep.
And just like basic Japanese graphics throughout the whole thing.
Has a nice anime art style. All the attacks have big, what are they called, special effects and POWs and stuff. It works well with the sound too.
Like you'd expect to see in like comic books, kind of.
Along with that, though, the gameplay is very. It's a very good game to pick up and play since it's good for beginners, but it also has a steep learning curve. And I know I've spent many hours on it, so I've become very good with certain characters, but it's not easy. There's a total of 18 characters in the game, with 21 if you're counting the DLC. There's 6 new ones, and about 14 of the characters that are already in the game have shadow versions, which basically are the same character, except they have the old combos, and they don't have the burst mode, which is basically just you click all the buttons and you do a big burst that pushes the character away. Good way to get out of combos and being completely stuck in the corner, being completely demolished. But they make up for the Shadow Burst mode, which if you have 100 SP or magic points, whatever you want to call it, you can go into a mode where basically you can perform any attack that requires SP to be used without worrying about running out until the meter runs out. And it's very cool that they did that, but the Shadows they aren't as good as the normal characters at all.
Right.
I can't justify playing as them. Trying to play as them is hard, but overall it's decent though.
Yep. I do like the diversity of players and how many there are.
They all play differently, all the characters.
Yep.
You can't really learn one character and know the others.
So you have a range from people that use melee to people that use bows or guns and stuff like that.
It's very diverse. But along with that, there's also lots of gameplay modes. Like I said, there's story mode.
Along with that, there's arcade mode, which is personally my favorite because you go on and you just play. And that's where the pickup gameplay comes because you go on there and you play and you smash buttons and you can do good, which is how I did good my first time.
Yeah. There's also score attack mode, which is basically arcade mode except you select what path of characters you want to fight, and it has a timer too, and once you lose, you stop. You can't continue. And by playing that on harder difficulties, you can unlock navigations, which are basically just an added thing where there's a second character that will give you like advice during the battle, although nothing really special there, but either that or you can pay for them.
This game also has versus mode, which is your standard multiplayer mode where you just fight against your friends, and anyone you're playing against, really.
There's also Golden Arena mode, which is my favorite mode since it's basically you select a character, then you select the difficulty and then navigation, and basically what happens is you get XP for battle, and you level up, and you get different abilities that can increase your strength or make it so they can't use a persona sometimes or stuff like that. It's that's what I spend most of my time doing since I've become very good with certain characters, and it's probably the one mode that I will always come back to when I play this game, mainly because it's just so much fun, and it's very time consuming too, but you know, if you got the time, it's definitely worth doing.
Right. Even if you're not good at like picking up and playing the game, they do have mode like training mode, which allows you to go in there and hone your skills and training.
Along with that, there's also challenge mode, which it'll basically just tell you it'll give you a list up like here, and there'll be button combinations, and you just gotta hit them in order and successfully do the combo to keep going. And that is incredibly difficult sometimes because you got ones that are just like 3 steps to ones that are like 25 steps.
Oh yeah.
And it's, oh geez, I can't even do half of them. But it's still really good to try, and it'll help you get better at the game, definitely.
So online mode is another good mode that's basically just a standard online. You play versus other people that aren't with you, and I believe they have things online you can do by yourself too, right?
Yep. It's also fairly lag free. I haven't had any issues when I've done it, and I feel like it's a really good online mode. There's also like lobby mode inside it too, and ranked matches. You're basically what most games have when it comes to online modes now.
So what would you say is your favorite mode?
I already said it's the Golden Arena mode. That's what I always come back to, and it's what I spend most of my time with.
Yeah, my favorite's arcade mode because it's easier to play, and I haven't really played that game a lot. So I like the music in the game too. There's a lot of good music. It's kind of like a pop feel, maybe.
And it has a big mixture of stuff from rock to pop to all those sorts of things, and pretty much my iPod's filled with most of the songs from this game, but it's just really good. I think it's one of the best soundtracks that have been in games in a long time, personally.
A lot of them go with the classic kind of like fighter versus fighter feel.
Yep.
It
Very
really
very
just-
good fighting tracks.
Yep. Blends right in with the whole game.
So, like most games, this will also have a lot of DLC, be it characters or music or stages or all sorts of DLC, and I think the ones that are worth purchasing are really just the characters, because other than that, you got additional colors, which I purchased because I had the money and I felt like it would be a good purchase, but for the average player, I don't justify buying colors or anything. Really, if you're not going to put too much time in the game, I'd say just go for the 3 characters and leave everything else there.
I think the DLCs are fun.
Yeah.
They just complete the gameplay experience. I really don't see the need for DLCs though. I wish they just put them all in the game.
You make them unlockable.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, DLCs just become the new marketing tactic. But overall, though, the game's just great. I had so much fun with it. I'm gonna play it more. I'm gonna keep playing it. And overall, I'd give it like out of 5 stars, I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5.
I agree. This game is definitely one of the better games I've played and reviewed. So I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5 as well.
So, this has been Media Addicts Game Reviews. I'm Tom Casterline.
I'm Dylan Lowery.
Thanks for watching.